was senior defensive back McKay Beardall getting his paws through the hands of the receiver, punching it loose on the deep dig route right at the sticks. It's a heck of a job by Beardall, a name, Kevin, that if we rewind about 8 months ago, we must have said his name 15 to 20 times in that state championship game.
In that state final against Kay Solomon's Snowflake Lobos. What an outstanding game on both sides of the ball.
You know, I like Fleming. He coming in here as the leader of this offense for the Trojans. He's got some wiggle room, man. If he's got some wiggle room, he's gone.
He does. Back to throw is Milo Savlovich, and his pass is complete right on the edge, and we'll wait for the official word.
I think he dropped it. I believe he dropped it there, Kevin. They're going back to the line of scrimmage.
Ivan Ontiveros was the intended target, but you got to love the sellout for Ontiveros as he slaps himself in the helmet and runs off the football field. That's an indicator that he thought he should have caught that football.
I love the play call, too. Timing route to the boundary side, quick out right at the sticks, and a full extension layout. The effort completely there. I like those two receivers for Paradise Valley.
Fantastic effort, no doubt about it. Fleming in punt formation, nobody back deep for Randy Reisdorf's team. Perhaps the Eagles are going to just go on an all-out jailbreak and try to pump this one. Here comes the rush, and they darn near got him. And Fleming does a great job on a nice spiraling punt that will be down at the 40-yard line. It didn't stay up in the air for very long, but he had to get rid of it in a hurry because the brigade was coming in a hurry.
Yes, it was, and that's the second time now where they're just saying, hey, all out 11, all out 11, we're going to go get this punt. And here's possession number 4 for this junior quarterback, Connor White. And early parts, he's probably thrown the rock at least 12 to 13 times, but just the confidence, and we've mentioned it multiple times. And a team that, you know, they're not going to run the football. They have one running play in the 15 that they've ran here in the first quarter, Kevin, and they have full confidence in this junior gunslinger.
One footnote on the touchdown reception to Phelps. He now needs, let's see here, 4 more to tie Christian Kirk for most all-time in the 4A. Winding up, deep ball, wants Phelps again, and the ball is just overthrown. Brandon Phelps had run right past the double coverage. And providing that coverage for the Trojans, one of the guys there was Keegan Burns. Anthony Ontieros was also back deep, and Brandon Phelps just cruised right by them both.
Yeah, if you're going to miss, you're going to miss deep, you know, and so that's where I like that as well. And we saw it through the air there, Kevin. That was about a 40, 45-yard pass. So arm strength, intermediate routes. Connor White right now is checking the boxes for your coach in these stands or broadcasters in the booth.
Why not? We'll take them both, right? We're fans as well. 5 wide receiver package here. Beardall will be moved to the right of Connor White. Second down play. White to the air again. His pass is complete to Isaac Massey. Makes a man miss, and he'll take the ball into Trojan territory. But for Isaac Massey, showing you his shiftiness on that reception.
This kid's good. His kid's really good.
Just a freshman, let's remind everybody.
Just a freshman, and I mean, there's a reason why the coaches were so high on them. And that's one of my favorite questions to ask a coach pregame and said, hey, you have all these stars. You know, you have a bunch of state championship winners. Who's a kid we don't know? And they're all eyes light up, especially the offensive guys that said, Isaac Massey, Cody, make sure you spotlight him tonight.
From the 49-yard line with all kinds of time is White. Steps through some traffic. Now he's going to tuck it and run to the 50, 45, and he'll run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Again, with nothing to work with offensively. He had nobody to throw the football to. Great coverage by the Trojans. Take off and run, pick up the first down, and move the chains.
I'm seeing a dual-threat quarterback here, Kevin.
That's what I'm seeing as
Third
well.
time where he eluded pressure, did not get sacked, and picked up either a first down or a touchdown with his legs. That is a tremendous first quarter of play for the junior quarterback, Connor White.
Our first 12 minutes are in the books here from Gilbert, Arizona, and tonight's game powered by Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, contact Trey Clarkson State Farm at 623-432-1700. Second quarter action coming up right after this.
one-on-one driving instruction with your student. Mention ALA for a
Welcome back to
$15
Gilbert.
discount on a
Kevin Derryberry alongside Cody Cameron.
steer right
We'll go back to work here as Connor White wants to throw, steps up a deep ball, has a receiver, and that ball is, it might have been intercepted. We'll wait for the call. The wide receiver targeted was Brandon Phelps. The Trojans say they've got the football. There's also a flag thrown around the 19-yard line. What'd you see, Cody?
Well, we're going to get a replay here. It looks like, once again, Connor slinging it and into double coverage here to Mr. Phelps. They call this PI. I believe that ball hit the ground.
Oh, I don't know. Man, we could see that. Great shot by our crew down there, I might say. But it looked like that Keegan Burns might have caught the ball on the carom. One more shot at this one. Great pocket protection by the line. And then Fleming had a shot at it. He high-pointed it. The ball's loose. And
Oh, that did not hit the ground.
yeah, that's an interception.
The problem is for PV, they are going to call a defensive secondary pass interference here.
So nice work.
Great job by our camera crew.
Yeah, outstanding work there by Joey Mascaro. All right, so it'll be a pass interference penalty assessed to Greg Davis's Paradise Valley Trojans, and that will allow Connor White to work from the 27-yard line. Goes for the deep ball again. He wants Titan Slade this time, corner route, and this time he overshoots his man. We try to throw that ball into the front pylon, and the quarterback, Milo Savlovich, playing both ways out there defensively with the coverage in the secondary for Paradise Valley.
Hey, back-to-back home run shots there for Connor White. Got to credit the Trojans defense on both of those plays. They were in perfect position in the secondary to make it a tough pass, you know, and not only that, the safeties, they're playing 2 deep here, and actually they're going 3 deep. They have 3 deep safeties right now, doing a good job staying over the top.
4 wide receivers. Here's Beardall running downhill, and he takes the ball inside the 20-yard line. Another powerful run by Beardall. For Beardall, entering play tonight, 16 totes for 69 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also involved in the passing game, 11 receptions for 99 more yards. He's a do-it-all back.
No, 100%, especially when you're playing 3 deep safeties. I was going to say, there's a reason why most, 99% of football teams don't go 3 deep safeties. It opens up the middle, especially for inside zone.
From the 18-yard line, White to work. Great footwork. He'll pass out, complete their Beardall to the 10, slam on his brakes, try to get to the 5, and then there'll be a trio of White shirts there to spill him over. Nice defensive pursuit of the football. On the chase was Brock Barron, an all-region performer out of the Central Valley region.
So this is a great job by Connor White because they go empty set, their trips left. This is pretty much your outlet route. You got the drag going underneath the inside backers in the second route. He surveys option 1, option 2, option 3, and he knows coming back to that, it's wide open. Paradise Valley is in an 8 prevent, going deep, just bringing 3. Connor White spots that drag, hits him, goes for a big gain. That is a veteran quarterback pass right there.
That really was. It was a savvy move. And the pass towards the front pylon, again, he wanted Slade, and it's just too tall on that Connor White pass for Slade. He's had an outstanding start to his campaign, 21 receptions for 314 yards, and count him up, Cody, 7 touchdown receptions.
And Kevin, he does not come off the field because he's also ALA Gilbert Norris, one of their better defensive players, is one of the leaders in tackles, in pass deflections, has a pick. You want to talk about do it all. This doesn't come off the field type of football player for the Eagles.
The offspring of the Slades, you have JT Slade, Tim Slade. Pass towards the end zone, incomplete, flag on the play. And the intended target going back towards Isaac Massey. One other note on Massey, before his 60-plus yard TD here tonight, he had 4 receptions for 78 yards. So Isaac Massey, through 3 games and some change, he's been in the box twice.
Yeah, great job by the pass protection up front. Hey, it's an offensive line that's been banged up. And for the most part tonight, Kevin, they're letting the quarterback have about 3 to 5 seconds to throw the football.
Here's Beardall, and Beardall is going to slam into the end zone for a rushing touchdown. It's 27-0, point after try upcoming with 10:19 to go to the break here on Homecoming 2023 here for American Leadership Academy Gilbert North.
And it was the beef. We got Hunter Garrettson and Brian Rocha, the two seniors, paving the way for Beardall, going pretty much untouched until he nosedives into the end zone for 6, and that is a perfect 4 for 4 now for this Eagles offense, scoring touchdowns here tonight.
Out of the Garrett Baker hole, the 1-point try is up and good. And it's now 28-0 with all kinds of time before halftime. And for Beardall, a rushing touchdown for him. That's number 4 for that young man. And again, another guy that just doesn't come off the field. Take us through the attrition aspect of that on a warm night. I think we kicked off just over 100 degrees here in Gilbert. And you're going to hear with repetition, stay hydrated. But is there really anything else that you can do? Would you do any additional stretching? Would you have your pregame meal 2 hours prior than you normally would? What would be some things that you could do to prepare to battle the elements tonight, Cody?
Carbs, water, banana, potassium, tons of potassium. And I have to correct you here, Kevin. You're usually never wrong. This was a cold night. It was 92 degrees here at kickoff in the state of Arizona.
92.
Hey, the first 3 weeks, we're talking 105, 108 with some humidity. We were at Desert Edge last week, and we were sweating pretty good up here. But seriously, you got to be hydrated well in advance. I'm talking 48 to 72 hours in advance. But when you grow up in a football family, Titan Slade, I am sure he's getting all the nutrients, and his dad and his brother, who's the defensive coordinator, he's probably telling him, hey, 3 gallons of water every day.
Phelps deep to Fleming. Fleming on the far sideline to the numbers of the 20, and that is it. It will be pushed backwards. Great defense on special teams by the Eagles, led there by Cody Thorley. Another tackle for him. Give him 3 of those in the first half. And all 3 phases of the game for Randy Reisdorf's team are excelling here tonight.
And this is why I do love this ALA Gilbert North team, is because even though they've gone up a level, it seems like every single year, they make the jump from 4A to 5A, they still expect their stars, their studs on defense to play all the special teams. And a lot of them are still playing offense. So right there, their rock in the middle, Cody Thorley running down on the kick team and making the tackle and going right back in there and leading charge for the defense.
Good first name, and got to appreciate the first letter of that, K. I'm always on the K fraternity. All right, pass over the middle to Fleming, and it's incomplete. Titan Slade crashing to the football. Darn near picked that one off, but you have to credit the pressure up front as the Eagles rushed 4 and forced the issue just a little bit.
And Kevin, he's a ball hawk. He had 1 million interceptions as a junior last year. And that's where you talk to a lot of college coaches recruiting Slade. They love him at defensive back and safety, especially for his length. They can play him in outside corner. Right now he's playing 2 deep safety for the Eagles. He's versatile. He's a versatile football player. Tremendous wide receiver on offense. And, God, I feel like we've used this phrase so many times. He just doesn't come off the field, do-it-all football player.
Milos Savlovich to the outside, and his pass is complete. His number 1 target of the night has been Ivan Ontiveros. And we mentioned the size already. He's just a big boy. He's a good target out there, and he's running a nice route.
Yeah, he's closely guarded, and he's making a contested catch. That's really what's impressed me with this offense. It's not like they're sputtering backwards. They've had a really hard time converting third downs, but their timing routes on a lot of these out routes, these quick hitches, especially this formation, a 3-by-1 formation, highly expect to be a quick hitch at the sticks or a quick out. Watch for that to be the first read on the boundary.
Gain of 7 from the Eagle, 27-yard line. Eagles will rush 4. Pass complete by Fleming. Fleming's got the first down, and takes the football over the middle of the football field. He'll be shy of the 40, but that is a first down for the Paradise Valley Trojans, and that is their 3rd first down of the first half.
That's a great read. We have a trips quick hitch with the inside slot. The inside backer, he is your flex backer running to curl flat. We call that the skip linebacker. Doesn't get there in time. Quarterback reads it. He's their first read, hits him in the chest. 3rd and 3, they get 7. That's a great read by the Trojans offense.
No doubt about it. Working from the 38-yard line. Working left to right. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Milo Savlovich. Back to throw. 3-step drop, winds up, deep ball, far sideline into double coverage, and Titan Slade was the guy that leaped the highest and put a fingertip on that one to knock it out of bounds. Again, the target, Ivan Ontiveros.
Now we're going to get a replay here, and this is what I love, being a former defensive back. Watch the eyes of the DBs. So we have Shane Muir and then Titan Slade. The eyes of the defensive backs, they feel with their backhand, back on the hip, and their eyes are towards the football. They are playing the ball in air, both of them. And that is a great job, and it means they are very well coached defensive backs in that secondary for the Eagles. That's really cool to see.
Slade tied with his teammate, Mr. Beardall. That's Colt Beardall with 17 tackles on the season. 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line. Low snap. And the ball is thrown towards the numbers on the far side of the football field. Milo Salvovich completes the pass. Titan Slade immediately there for the tackle. And once again, the target was Ivan Ontiveros, and the reception to Ontiveros.
And this is the best drive we've seen the Trojans have, and they've been in third and manageable now 3 times. Really liking the play calling. They're just nice, simple routes. They're not trying to do too much. Quarterback getting the ball out in about 2 seconds. Let's see if they can get a third consecutive third down conversion here, Kevin.
3rd down and 5 from the 44-yard line of the Trojans. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. The pass is intercepted. It's picked off by Garrett Baker. And Baker will take it to the 42-yard line, and he'll be stopped right there. It'll be a turnover for the Eagles defense. Credit the tackle by Keegan Burns, and it's an interception for Garrett Baker.
Well, the Trojans had what they wanted. They go back to the trip side, quick hits. We had a tip drill there. Great job by Baker keeping his eyes on the ball. The sophomore coming away with the interception for the Eagles defense. The Trojans had the look. They had the open receiver, quick hitch right at the sticks, but a little tip drill, and Garrett Baker with the pick.
4th interception of the year for the Eagles, 2nd of the season there for Baker. Offense back on the field. 4 wide receiver package here for the quarterback. This is Connor White. He's had a good night thus far. 3-step drop. And he feels the pressure, and this time he's going to take off. And this time the Trojans will get there in a timely manner and bring him down for a sack. Brock Barron was one of the guys there. He plays both ways as well. Big number 5-0.
How about the effort, Kevin? Effort on both sides of the ball for the Trojans. No quit. It's a team down 28-0. They're 0-3 this season. But the fight of the kids, and there's about 25 players just here tonight for the Trojans. No quit in this team.
You've got Brock Barron and Ethan Breland. So you got to be careful there, but both guys making plays. Here comes the pressure. That's Barron. White escapes the pressure to the 45, and he'll stay inbounds and take it to the 40-yard line. It gets crushed on the far side of the field, showing you his toughness, but extending the play is the quarterback, Connor White, again showing you athleticism, escaping the pocket with wheels to the boundary.
And I'm seeing Jackson Schultz, the 6'3", 190-pound defensive end, the senior, going sideline to sideline for the Trojans defense, Kevin, and making a play. We're going to get a timeout here just, I think, for the defense to get some hydration. Most of those guys going both ways. But the pursuit from this Trojans team, the no quit, he could have, Connor White got past him, and he could have stopped right there in his tracks, given up on the play. No quit on this Trojans team. Really well-coached program.
Paradise Valley has 1 state championship appearance, Cody, and that came back in 2015. It was in the D3 final. They fell 29-27 to Rich Weldrock and the Desert Edge Scorpions. We were at Desert Edge last week with the Carter brothers, and they put on a show. They beat Camelback 54-0, but the Trojans finished their best season ever at 13-1 back in 2015. Oh, so close, but it's been a hard time to get back there since that point.
When I came down here in 2017, it seemed like every year they had a Power 5 quarterback. Player by the name of Ben Finley, who's been in college for a little bit. You just let me know.
North Carolina State?
Yeah, he graduated NC State. Now he's a quarterback at Cal.
Yeah.
Power 5 Pac-12, baby. Let's go.
With 3 years of eligibility, if I'm not mistaken. Empty set for White. Looks left, fires left, and the ball's caught by Beardall on the flat around the 37, and he will fight his way inside the 35-yard line. They'll put it down around the, we'll call it the 33, and good defensive play for PV.
Even Ontiveros and number 50,
Ontiveros and Barron providing the stop for Paradise Valley. It'll bring up a 4th down. We've seen Coach Reisdorf already go for it on 1 4th down, and he turned it into a 60-plus yard touchdown. That was the first score of the game to Isaac Massey. 4th down and 2 here.
And they go tight bunch to the field side. This is a combination nightmare for the Trojans defense here.
Beardall is the single set back as they look over towards the sideline and settle in on play call. 4th down and 2. From the 34, Trojans showing blitz. They back out of it. Deep ball, Phelps in stride, touchdown, ALA, Gilbert North. Give him 6. Connor White to Brandon Phelps. Touchdown number 2 for Phelps.
Well, they go to the boundary side there, so pre-snap formation, trips bunch to the field, and then so PV adjusted that. They go 4-by-3, and Phelps goes outside release streak on a fly route, and Connor White drops it right in the bucket. Perfect teardrop pass, and Brandon Phelps, the University of Arizona commit, hauls in his 2nd receiving touchdown on the night.
On 4th and 2, they turn it into 6 points. A 33-yard touchdown reception from Brandon Phelps from Connor White. For Connor White, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. And for Brandon Phelps now, 3 balls for 69 yards and a pair of 2 touchdowns.
That's just really nicely done from the coaches, calling that play, seeing the formation, seeing PV bounce to the field side, as you should defensively in that trips bunch scheme, because you have outside field use everywhere there, Kevin. And that is a great counter by the ALA Gilbert North offense, because that would counter what I would run. Yes, I'd probably go single high, but because you're boundary, because you're so close to the sideline is your friend. If you go too deep on there, your safety's going to hang out near the hash.
Right.
Outside release by Brandon Phelps. And Connor, you got to make an accurate pass, okay? Let the accurate pass beat you. Connor put it right in the bucket. Great touch. And it goes for 6. Tremendous call. And even better execution by the junior quarterback and the senior Power 5 commit.
Touchdown reception number 5 on the season for Phelps, and career touchdown reception number 49 for Brandon Phelps. He now needs 3 to tie Christian Kirk in the all-time list here in the great state, 48. Christian Kirk with 52 in the 4A conference for the Sorrel Sabercats. Now he's catching balls from Trevor Lawrence for the Jacksonville Jaguars, a one-time Arizona Cardinal. By way of Scottsdale Sorrel, we're talking about Christian Kirk and Brandon Phelps. Yes, they are now mentioned in the same category, believe it or not. 5:55 to go to the break. It's 35-0. ALA Gilbert North in command here. We'd like to thank all of our viewers. Hopefully things are smoothed out for you. Always the idea is at the end of the game, we try to get the package put up on the Zone 48 broadcast network on the YouTube channel. Hopefully the game will be intact for you if for any reason you missed any parts of our first half. Kevin Derrybear alongside Cody Cameron. And we go back to work for the Trojans. Deep ball down the far sideline, and the ball is nearly intercepted. Ontiveros was the target, and up there defending for Gilbert North was Shane Muir.
Kevin, he almost picked that with one hand. We got a heck of a replay there by our field camera crew. And Shane Muir goes up and almost snags that with his right hand. The one-handed catches, almost 2 of them, would have been ESPN top 10 plays of the week for maybe a month. I mean, that would have been absolutely incredible, going over the receiver and snagging that with one hand. But Shane Muir, he is right place, right time, over and over again.
Give me a pair of those gloves, and I'll make that catch with these mitts. I'll tell you that right now. Ground game here for the Trojans, and very little to do for the effort here. All kinds of dudes in the middle, led by Colton Beardall. And very little running room for the Trojans. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 with forward progress. But now Milos Savlovich will be faced with a 3rd down and 8. Inside his own, we'll call it 23-yard line.
Hey, ALA defense can be good again next year because they return both Cody Thorley and Colton Beardall. Those are probably going to be 2 of the better linebackers in the entire state of Arizona.
A pass complete to Ontiveros, and Ontiveros is going to be very close to the 1st down. He needed 9, he got 10, and That is a pass completion, and the Trojans will keep the football. Their third first down of the evening.
How about Ontiveros dragging, not one, not two, but three Eagles defenders for an additional 3 to 4 yards over the sticks, getting a first down. I believe that is Ontiveros' fourth first down conversion on a third down pass play.
Gain of 10 from the 32-yard line. Milosavljevic from the pocket, and his pass to the far boundary is incomplete. I'll give you a guess who the target was. It was Ivan Ontiveros. In fact, it seems that the 88 has been on the end of those targets for about 6-7 plays consecutively.
And Kevin, he showed a little versatility there because he had to go play defensive back on that
Yes,
play.
he did.
Shane Muir was in perfect position. Almost looked like Ontiveros dragged him down. I think that could have easily been called offensive pass interference. Give credit to Shane Muir, the senior defensive back. Perfect position, looking at the quarterback's eyes. Good play.
Under pressure, here comes the quarterback. He's going to tuck it, run. Now he's going to drop it off and throw it over the middle of the field, and the ball is going to be caught. Nice work there by Keegan Burns. He too playing on both sides of the football here for Greg Davis's group, and that'll be a chain-moving catch.
How about the awareness from the quarterback? Look at, tucks it like he's going to run it, sets his feet, throws a dime. Right where his receiver can catch it for a first down. Paradise Valley moving the sticks once again.
Peter Milosavljevic showing you his ability to throw the football on the run. 1st and 10 from the 37. That ball is batted down at the line. Boy, you had 3 shirts there. And one guy that was there was Malik Barrett.
For the Eagles.
And that might be a different name. I just heard the PA announcer, hey, we can only do so much. We print the max preps, rosters out. I think there's about 3 or 4 players. The coaches say, no, we had to make jersey changes on.
No assurance listed as 3. So if that was Noah Shurin, then he just changed his number. We didn't get word of that. But Malik Barrett listed as number 4. But also down there was Roy Pouncil, the defensive end. My guess is it was Roy Pouncil that pounced on that football. And they go back to the pass game, and making the reception in between the far hash marks and the numbers was Ivan Ontiveros, who's on his way to a 10-reception contest tonight. Nice work there. Good defensive stop there by Shane Muir, who good textbook tackle, good form tackle there to keep Ontiveros from doing any further damage.
Now, once again, really impressed with just the third and manageables. You know, we have broadcasted, I would guess, about 30, 40 games now. And together, maybe a little less, but we always talk about third and manageables, and this is not a Trojans team that's faced 3rd and 15 and 3rd and 20. They've been right around the 3rd and 3, 3rd and 1, and that's a successful offense.
3rd and manageable. You'll take that all day, every day, right? Milosavljevic wants to throw. He can't this time. He gets sacked on the play. The man we just mentioned, there for the sack, Roy Pouncil gets to the quarterback and takes him down for a quarterback sack.
Gap discipline, especially from the front guys for the Eagles. Kind of going upfield a little bit. Quarterback was able to elude pressure a couple plays ago. This is gap discipline, stays in his lane. Quarterback rolls up, brings him down for a huge 3rd down sack. Great play by the front 7 for the Eagles.
2nd sack of the year for Pouncil. 4th down and 6 from the Trojan 47-yard line. Snap is back. Pass outside is broken up. They wanted Ontiveros getting a hand in there with Shane Muir, and that will be a turnover on downs. And Coach Reisdorf's team will get the football back state to a 35-0 lead with 2:34 to go to the intermission.
And that's a heck of a series for Shane Muir. Couple pass deflections, staying right on the hip. That's a player who understands the sticks. He's playing the sticks. Receiver makes his break. They've ran that quick out numerous times, especially on a 3rd and 4th down, and plays right through the hands of the receiver, getting his offense the ball back. Nice job by the senior corner for the Eagles.
Coming on late is Brian Rocha, the defensive standout. Actually, for Rocha, 6'2", 275 is starting right tackle. Also plays a little defensive tackle. So we'll go back to work for Connor White. He'll begin this drive on the Trojan 47-yard line. Beardall is the setback to the left of White. Trips to the near side and a 4 wide receiver package. Titan Slade single up on the far side. Single safety. And a little bit of a delay, and it's Beardall again. And Beardall with a little deception on the run will pick up about 3.5, 4 yards. We'll call it 3 for good measure.
So when they bring back, what Coach Reisdorf and a lot of those coaches were telling me was Boston Morris. Yeah, he's the kid they want to run the rock. He said he's hopefully going to be back about 3 or 4 weeks. He tore his labrum, but they're going to harness it and be back. When they have him, Aaron Beardall, be a good backfield.
They're really good. They might have the best receiving trio in the state right now. Beardall to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, and finally ridden out of bounds. Nice defensive effort by the Trojans. That was Demarian Orr with a touchdown-saving tackle, and it was Colton Beardall on the catch and run.
And how about the blocks on the outside? Little RPO screen pass bubble. And watch the big guys outside stock blocking. The receivers, freshman Massey and Brandon Phelps, opening the lanes, and a nice crease for Beardall, who picks up about 30-plus yards.
32 unofficially, and for the Eagles, now inside the 10-yard line. Ball is spotted on the 9. First and goal to go, 131 and counting in the first half. Connor White has gone all the way. Snap back, looks left, fade, wants Phelps, and the ball is incomplete.
Pass thrown intended for number 1, Brandon Phelps, a little high, incomplete.
Clock will stop with 1:19 remaining. If ALA Gilbert North scores a touchdown here and converts the point after try, it would be 42, and then we would be entering the second half with an AIA running clock. Second and goal to go for the 9. Snap back, pass complete out to Massey, makes a move, and Massey will get to the 5, and that'll be it. Massey likes to use that stiff arm. He's been successful with it. And this time it was Peter Milosavljevic defensively this time. Peter, an honorable mention player out of the 5A Central Valley last year, in on the stop of Isaac Massey.
Hey, when those coaches vote again this year, I don't care what happens, you got to make them first team. A quarterback wearing number 80 and making tackles sideline to sideline, that gets my vote, Kevin.
No doubt about it. White to the air, pass is complete. Touchdown, ALA Gilbert North. On the receiving end of that one, Titan Slade, his 8th touchdown reception of the year.
We're going to get a replay here. The Mr. Do-It-All football player, not only on the Eagles, but the entire 5A conference. Quick comeback route with the toe tap in the end zone for a state-leading 8th touchdown reception. Heck of a play by Titan Slade. Great pass.
Yeah.
His 4th touchdown pass of the contest for the junior quarterback in Connor White.
The throw from Connor White, the position of the football, the placement between the 1 and the 2. Again, as Cody pointed out, with that toe tap, or I like to say the toe drag swag, but the great route beating Ontiveros, and then the footwork by Slade. Touchdown number 8 for him and for Connor White. He now has 13 touchdown passes on this young season, and the numbers at 65% plus completion percentage with the yardage and the TD passes, those are Adam DeMonte-esque. I think the Eagles are in good hands at quarterback going forward.
And they put them in positions to be successful. You know, we talk about getting your quarterback into rhythm with some bubble throws, some early reads, nice reads. How about the route by Slade? That is a well-practiced, well-rehearsed at-practice route. And they go look like he fades. So he's looking inside like it's a fade, stops his feet, gets underneath them, quick out, understanding where he is in the end zone as well, getting both feet down. Great route by Slade, and there's a reason why. The senior has 8 receiving touchdowns. He's an absolute stud.
And now Phelps kicks it deep, end over end, into the end zone, and the ball will be placed on the 25-yard line. It'll be a touchback, no return. Best thing you can do is score a touchdown and then drill it in the end zone and not allow the opponent to return the football is just an outstanding football play.
Well, here, Kevin, you know, it's 42-0, but I mean, for the most part, PV has moved the ball. We have called games where it's just, even last week, there was positions where we had Camelback and Desert Ridge. Camelback was 3rd and forever. You know, PV has had 3rd and 3 most of all game.
Milosavljevic to the air again. Pass to the far side in between the numbers and the hash marks. And on the reception It looked as though it was Ontiveros. We'll double check that. Why not? His 7th catch of the night, and he got lit up by Titan Slade.
Titan Slade read that. He said, hey, I've seen first down hitch to the boundary too much. I'm going to read that. Flat foot read. Doesn't take a pass drop in the secondary. Just T-steps, drives on the football, drives his hips through contact, and pummels the receiver.
And I was going to say, and lays a lick. That's how the first half comes to closure here in Gilbert, Arizona. It's been all ALA, Gilbert North, and Randy Reisdorf's team, led by Connor White, and this amazing trio of receivers. When you think of Brandon Phelps, Titan Slade, and the newcomer, the kid, Isaac Massey, this might be the best trio in the state right now. I'm sure there's other guys that we could bring in this mix, but they've got to be in the top 5.
When you talk about just a crop of skill players,
crop of
wideouts, you put them in the slot, put them at scat back. They also play in the secondary. It's a pretty special group. The 5A is loaded, and we've seen some really good 5A teams already. Desert Edge being on one of them last week, who also have phenomenal talent. There's a little bit different play styles, a little bit different. They can pick you apart here. The thing that impressed me with here, they can do it so many different ways, and the quarterback confidence that they have in the junior gunslinger speaks volumes.
Special thank you to our crew, Joey Mascaro, Stos up here shooting camera, and our technical producer, Mr. Greg Jones. It is halftime, and it's going to be a little lengthy halftime. It's homecoming 2023 here at ALA, and one thing that they did prior to kickoff tonight, Cody, you saw the team come here with with their flags. And they also came through, everybody was sporting a beanie of some sort. So they came through here and they paid tribute to the home team in their championship banner from a year ago.
That's pretty awesome. And it was a special team. And like we've said many times, we know that team really well, getting to broadcast that game in Sun Devil Stadium last year. It's a good group. And they returned a lot of talent. And the players who graduated, seems like they have filled those shoes.
They really have. More halftime coming up. You're watching Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network, powered by Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance.
Paulo, who likes fried chicken sandwiches, enjoys weights, and has a lot of chickens. Up next, we have Isaac Allen. Isaac likes steak, seminary class, and has 3 chickens. Next, we have Marin enjoys lunch and likes all kinds of food.
For our senior comment is from the Lollipop Wood. First up is Boston Morris. And likes pizza. It's Mia Cloud. Mia likes sweet history and she has a dog. Jesse Fogel. Jesse likes to eat Popeyes chicken sandwiches. You are, and he has to pet tomatoes. Last but certainly not least is Cameron Peterson. Cameron is Rose Cyan Costa, and she has the bunny. All right, let's give it up for your homecoming nominees.
All right, tomorrow I want to see everyone at homecoming. It'll be starting at 7 p.m. in the gym, and we'll be announcing the winners at 9. On Saturday, that's what All right, nominees, we're going to have the boys line up on the right side and the girls line up on the left side. Let's go.
So they started that like last year. Yeah. So it's like one game a year you have to play on Thursday. Yeah, it's just like
All right, we're going to do a little bit of ALA trivia. It's going to be boys versus girls, and we're going to try to have them guess what most ALA students think. Up first, we have what is the most popular fast food restaurant among ALA students? All right, Brandon Peterson, what do you have for us?
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out from the boys. From the girls, what do you got? What do you got?
Chick-fil-A.
All right, we have our winner. The boys! It's In-N-Out. Chick-fil-A was the second most popular, I'll have you know. All right, what word would ALA students associate with a vampire? Let's go first, girl. What word would ALA students associate with a vampire? All right, we have blood from the girls. Boys, what do we have? What do we have, boys? Hot! Oh my gosh! Okay, we do have a winner. It's blood. The girls win the second round. I'm sorry, boys. All right, number 3. What did ALA students say they would ask for from the Wizard of Oz? From the boys, what do we got?
A brain.
Right, the boys, we have a brain! All right, what would the ALA students ask for from the Wizard of Oz?
Money.
Okay, we have a winner. It's the girls!
The world is changing. How business gets done is changing. Energy, success, even the face of entrepreneurship is changing. See how we're changing at bankofthewest.com/change. Bank of the West, the bank for a changing world.
With any deposit checking at Bank of the West, you can make any deposit, anywhere, in any amount per statement. And we'll waive your monthly service charge. Any deposit checking from Bank of the West.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
Jazz bath? Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Located here in the sun-soaked city of Phoenix, Arizona, one of the largest and fastest growing universities in this country, while leading a movement of service and leadership with purpose.
If I line up 10 kids today and say, why'd you choose Grand Canyon? 9 out of 10 will say it's the strength of the community.
I wanted to attend a affordable Christian university and a place I could truly thrive. GCU, they opened the door for me when nobody else would.
GCU truly cares about students and alumni and wants to see us change the world.
Grand Canyon University is a champion of inclusion, community, and equal opportunity for all.
This is the College Tour.
Streaming now on Amazon Prime.
Jake from State Farm. Thanks for the great rate on my insurance, man.
Wait, I said Byron got the pageant price? Thought that was our thing.
Thanks for the killer rate, Jake.
Shreddy Betty got it too?
Patrick, State Farm offers rates that fit anyone's budget, even a man handstand.
Thanks again, Jake. Up top.
I'm gonna go work out these feelings.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Care Urgent Care is proud to be the preferred healthcare partner of the AIA. With over 40 clinics in Arizona and more than 135 locations nationwide, we are here for you with quality healthcare you can trust when you need it most. Our sports physicals, on-site labs, and x-rays will save your family time and money. And some of our clinics are open until midnight, 7 days a week. You can even check in online at urgentcareradio.com using our Wahoo service. It stands for Wait at Home or Office. Call us at 1-800-URGENT.
Box combo, please.
At Raising Cane's, we do one thing. And we do it better than anyone else. So why not let our food do the talking? Love the window. Raising Cane's, only the best chicken finger meals. One love.
The best thing about Raising Cane's? Well, we have fresh, never-ever frozen chicken fingers. We also have extra long, crinkle-cut fries. Then there's our crisp coleslaw and Texas toast. And, of course, you can't forget about our totally craveable cane sauce. But while all those things are definitely tasty, the best thing about Raising Cane's is simple.
We
don't
welcome you
make
back
it
to
until you're
Gilbert,
ready to
Arizona, home of the American Leadership Academy Gilbert North Eagles. They went 12-2 last year in the 4A conference, 4-0 in the 4E Sky, and here they are. In fact, for the Eagles, they went 9-0 last year. They're looking to make it 10-0 here as you hear the sweet sounds of Van Halen in the background. Is that Van Halen? Yeah, it is indeed. That's Van Halen with David Lee Roth as the lead vocalist. Opening kickoff in the second half. McKay Beardall will watch it slip out of bounds. That would result in a procedure penalty against the Paradise Valley Trojans. So they put up 12 minutes on the Longines scoreboard. And with that, we will see Connor White here in the second half. It's 42-0. And for Connor, he is accounted for 5 touchdowns, 4 through the air, 1 on the ground. McKay Beardall has a touchdown run. And for the talented Brandon Phelps, 3 catches for 69 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
And Kevin, it actually looks like Connor White, the junior gunslinger's night is over. Taking the snap there was number 10, the sophomore Stockton Dye. We get first looks of the sophomore quarterback, some depth at the quarterback room for ALA, but Kevin, you were spot on. Connor and I, our first time watching the young gentleman play quarterback here in the state of Arizona, and in the state where there's plentiful of quarterbacks. Connor White shined bright here tonight.
He really did. So Stockton Dye, quarterback number 2. He's played in 3 games. He is 9-10 for 152 yards, 90% completion percentage. You look at the math, you look inside Randy Reisdorf's requisite as far as what they're looking for, and he meets the criteria at 90%. They're looking for 65%. They'll gladly take 90%. The efficiency for Stockton Dye is there.
Yeah, the quarterbacks here that come through this program, extremely well coached, well versed, great talents.
High snap. Dye looking to throw, stops, throws a rope on the run, and the ball is really at the ankles of Isaac Massey, and we'll see if they credit him with a catch. They're going to say no, incomplete pass. But how about the idea to throw the football on the run, keep the plays, and keep the game flow in rhythm?
Well, how about having a freshman receiver that's a class younger than you, is going to have so much experience by the time Stockton Dye is a senior, and having Isaac Massey having 3 years under his belt.
Dye will work out of the gun. High snap. Looks over the middle of the field. Now dumps it off right, and the ball is caught by the running back, making the reception.
No 27,
no 27. I thought you had it there, and I was like, okay, you got an updated roster. I didn't. So 2-7 on the receiving end of that pass from Stockton Dye. It'll be short of the line to gain, so it'll be a 4th down, and we'll call it 14 as the ball is placed on the 33-yard line of the Eagles.
Haven't had a punt yet, and I'm not sure they're going to punt the football even here in this 4th or 11. So 4th down opportunity here for the sophomore quarterback.
Cody Thorley is flanked to the right of Stockton Dye. QB2 takes a snap, rolls to the near side, and he throws on the run again, going back to that same route. He wanted Isaac Massey, and this time nothing doing as the pass was errant. Stepping in front of that pass was Anthony Ontieros. We've got Ontiveros and then Anthony Ontieros.
And we have the best field position of the night for the Paradise Valley Trojans, a team who came into this game, Kevin, 0-3 record, but there's a lot of good things that we've seen from the first half. Picking up multiple first downs. I think quarterback's done a really good job. A couple receivers have shined bright. Best field position of the day.
Well, they've been getting the ball to Ivan Ontiveros.
Oof.
And there's a play over the middle of the field. Deuces for the Trojans. That is Jaden James on the receiving end of that tackle. And once again, it looked like one of the Thorleys was involved in that.
Yeah, Cody Thorley reading his keys, shooting the gap, and pummeling the running back. Great play by the rock of the Eagles defense.
So we had an edge rush off the play on Saturday. And the edge rush he's still coming through the C gap. Is that correct?
That's true.
Yeah.
Inside tackle.
All right. For Milosavljevic, his pass to the left side, right there on the edge. Incomplete. So nothing doing on that pass. Intended target was Ivan Ontiveros. It's 42-0. Eagles have the lead. They led 42-0 at the break. And we began the second half under the AIA running clock rule. Nice to see AIA official Tyler Caramelli here this evening. An NFL official in his own right. Tyler Caramelli, one of the good guys. 3rd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Under duress, the pass thrown outside, and it's broken up. Defensively, it was Shane Muir providing the coverage, and he got the pass breakup for the Eagles.
Really impressed with the senior corner. His 3rd pass deflection here in the night. And he is just playing hip to hip on these receivers, consistently on 3rd and 4th down, understanding where the sticks are, knowing that comeback or quick out right at the sticks is coming, plants his feet, T-steps, plays through the receiver's hands. Shane Muir, have a night.
4th down and 9, and it looks as though the Eagles might have jumped. Malik Barrett on the outside stepped into the line of scrimmage for the Trojans. Encroachment, if you will. Hustling on for the Eagles. It is Porter Keim, a linebacker. Keim, K-E-I-M, very interesting name. You wonder for a moment. I believe that the offspring of former Cardinals GM Steve Keim plays at Hamilton, or at one point did. Pass battle down at the line of scrimmage. It looked like the name.
Number 4, Noah Shern.
So they're saying it's Shern. We've got Malik Barrett. But either way, number 4 is having himself a pretty impressive series here for ALA Gilbert North.
Yeah, I'm going to rock with the PA announcer. It looks like he's got updated rosters, and that's the 2nd 4th down pass deflection now from the senior defensive end, Noah Shern.
Noah Shern. Sometimes you got to ride with it. We're going to do that. All right, on the turnover and downs, back to work here. Stockton die. Stockton from the Trojan 25-yard line. And that pass is complete in the secondary. Big number 27 lumbering down the field after a beautifully thrown ball right in the midsection, securing the football and then picking up some yak.
Yeah, great job by Dye, rolling right, eluding pressure, keeping his eyes downfield. He understands he's that intermediate crossing route and puts the ball right in between 2 defenders, and picking up a nice gain on 1st down. It's a good job by the sophomore gunslinger.
So we're going to hear, we heard the name Isaac Allen maybe.
Add him to the list.
We'll try it. And that's Isaac Allen lining up to the near side for ALA. That is Tanner Hatch. 3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field here for Dye. Handoff up the middle and running with some authority. That was Cody Thorley. Thorley, 6 foot, 200-pounder, middle linebacker, inside linebacker. Started at the inside tonight. Had a big first half with 4 tackles plus. Now he's running the football here with the opportunity to kill the clock here.
Well, how about this, Kevin? You know, you get your second tailback. We saw Desert Edge last week, bringing some guys who had not played, some impressive second strings. And in this game, your backup running back who you have to face if you're the Trojans defense is none other than 200-pound rock, Cody Thorley.
Yeah, and he gets the call here again with a big hole up the middle as he blows people up, still on his feet to the 30. And he'll be brought down around the 25-yard line, make it the 23. And that was an explosive run, just bursting through the right side, assuming that these guys are still in it. Brian Rocha, the right tackle, with a huge block.
Yeah, we call that a broadcasting foreshadow right there, Kevin, but showing the pummeling ability from the junior middle linebacker / tailback, Cody Thorley. That's what I mean. He is a nightmare on the defensive side of the football, and then on the flip side, you're the Trojans defense. You got to try to bring him down. He is a force to be reckoned with. Heck of a run by the junior, Cody Thorley.
Unofficially, 27-yard gain, and how about the pulling block by 71, Isaac Vargas. Thorley on the sweep to the far side of the boundary, and it'll be forced out of bounds by the Paradise Valley Trojans. Defensively for PV, it looked as though Anthony Ontiveros over there in the vicinity.
Hey, we're seeing some young football players out here for the Eagles. Freshman tackle Chase Groman, 6'4", 220 on the right side, sealing the edge rusher and letting Thorley pick up about 4 or 5 yards of pay until he was touched.
From the 15-yard line, snap back. This will be Dye on the quarterback keep, and he just follows the left tackle and picks up a pretty solid gain of about 6 yards, and it's enough to move the chains. And for Stockton Dye, running that second-team offense, just picking up where Connor White left off, just running the football and running the offense to a T.
But you see the efficiency, exactly what you just said, Kevin. I mean, they're probably practicing this every single day at practice with the twos, getting great scout looks, but nothing changes. When they get opportunities to play in the field, Stockton Dye efficiently running their offense, no missed snaps, the mesh point's all good. A lot of times early in the season especially, we'll see a lot of that messed up with the twos. This is efficient football by the twos and threes right now for the Eagles.
And they're looking good. Again, Isaac Vargas remains in. This is Dye, dump it off out in the flat. This is Isaac Massey looking for a block. He's got one, and he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. His second receiving touchdown of the night.
The freshman sensation catches the RPO bubble, eludes a couple defenders, and bulldozes his way into the end zone. The class of 2027, Isaac Massey finding the end zone for a touchdown for the second time tonight.
For Massey, part of the homecoming court here tonight. He was introduced to the home fans here in Gilbert for ALA Gilbert North, and he's in the box for the second time tonight. He's gone big play, and he's also gone taking what the defense gave him and punches it in for his second touchdown of the night. And for ALA Gilbert North, their quarterbacks have now thrown for 5 touchdowns here, 4 from Connor White, and the first touchdown pass of the night for Stockton Dye, his third TD pass of the year.
I talked about the confidence the coaching staff had in Connor White. How about the confidence of Stockton Dye? Goes downfield and efficiently on third down and converted on a fourth down, just efficiently running the offense. And these are juniors and sophomores and freshmen we are talking about in their first year in 5A football. The Eagles are solidifying themselves as a top 10 team in the 5A conference.
And let's get the schedule out, just have some fun. What if they were to run the slate the rest of the way? Is there any chance that this 4A team could potentially qualify for the Open?
Well, serious gauntlet coming up when you talk about what the ALA Gilbert North team got put into in this 5A conference with Horizon, Desert Mountain, Higley, the reigning 5A champs.
They're pretty good.
Cactus Shadows up there in Cave Creek. They have a pretty darn good dual-threat quarterback. And Notre Dame Prep, who has a tremendous quarterback and one of the best receivers in the state in Cooper Perry, the gauntlet. But yes, Kevin, if they do run the table, that will be an open team.
And that's all I wanted to point it out, that there's still a chance, right? You're saying there's still a chance. They get Skyline next, Higley, Cactus Shadows, at Desert Mountain with Conrad Hamilton's group, Notre Dame Prep with George Prelock. They finished on the road at Horizon. But just peeking ahead for a second, that could be for something special on that final game of the year if these teams continue to win. And, of course, Horizon's locked up with Pinnacle here tonight.
And the thing, it's just depth. It all comes down to depth here and who's healthiest as we get there. As we get into the fourth quarter, I'm sure we'll dive in more into that schedule.
Our third quarter is in the books. You're watching Thursday Night Football on the Zone 48 Broadcast Network, powered by Trey Clarkson State Farm Insurance.
Being held on September 20.
We welcome you back to Gilbert, Arizona. Kevin Derryberry alongside Cody Cameron. Back to live action. This is Milos Avlovich going outside again as he has all evening long. Ivan Ontiveros with his 9th reception of the night, making another catch. And this time with a little rack, he's able to move the sticks and give the Trojans a little life and a little room to work with here.
Yeah, he's been a really solidified outside receiver for them, guaranteed on the hitch catches, and like you said, he is nearing double-digit receptions tonight.
Ball's on the 44-yard line of Paradise Valley, and running the rock for the Trojans and running right there into the defense. And I say the teeth of the defense. That was Deuce's Jaden James, JJ, running right there. And he ran into an absolute stonewall on the interior line as the Eagles just snuffed him out with about 2 yards gain, and that was a well-earned 2 yards. That was tough.
Yeah, I would like to see some of that. I mean, you say it now, right? But in the first half, just in the 2nd and 5s and a lot of the 3rd and 2s that they did, clearly 4th down territories. What to see to get that inside zone, just never got to it tonight in this Trojans offense.
Milo Salvovich back to throw. He dumps the pass off, and the ball is caught by Keegan Burns as he corrals the football in. There'll be a double team there to take him down to the turf. One of those guys there was Trojan Carr providing the defensive stop for Gilbert North.
6-yard gain on the play. 3rd down.
We'll call it a 6-yard
now working on the Eagles' 48-yard line.
Gain for Paradise Valley.
Tackle made by number 21.
10 minutes to go in this contest. And a lot of people don't like the running clock rule, and a lot of people do like it. I think in games like this, it's certainly needed. And that pass is thrown over the middle of the field. When you start to think about safety and the health and well-being of a program, in a game like this that's this lopsided, it makes a lot of sense to burn some time.
Well, 100%. And I think it gives the team who's winning an opportunity to showcase the 2s and 3s and get them in situations of just free flow. Free flow, clock's going to be running no matter what. So it actually opens up the passing game. To me as a coach, too, you don't feel as bad if you're running your offense that requires RPOs and bubbles. And, heck, face it, these quarterbacks, they don't just want to hand the ball off 2nd and 3rd string. Let them free flowing. The clock's running no matter what. I like it.
Eagles want to rush 4. They do. The pass is complete. Again, outside the numbers to Ontiveros. Catch number 10 for the young man. On the previous play, it was Milo Salvovich with an 11-yard pass play to Keegan Burns. That allowed the Trojans to move the chains. They are in Eagle territory, arguably for the first time tonight. 8:46 to go. If you joined us late, Brandon Phelps hauled in 3 passes for 69 yards and a pair of touchdowns, and he is getting so close to becoming the state's all-time leading receiver. That record is set there by Cade Warner at a Desert Mountain High School. And of course, Cade Warner is Kurt's son, the Hall of Fame quarterback. And for Phelps, he's 19 receptions away from breaking Cade Warner's record. That would be impressive.
Specials. I mean, literally, we were talking pregame, and you were throwing out me all the stats that Brandon Phelps potentially and is probably going to break all season long. And you listed some of the names off. Christian Kirk, Mark Andrews, the pros.
Yeah.
You know, when you think of the state of Arizona and the alums that have come out of here in the last 10 years.
The elite of the elite.
Yeah, you know, people would put them on the pillars, right? And on the mountains of Arizona high school football legends. So
the Mount Rushmores.
The Mount Rushmores. To be in those categories, it's got to come from a pretty special player. And it just shows how long he's done it and how many different conferences, because they have jumped just like you know, the ALAs right now. They are jumping, it seems like, every year, every 2 years. And to do it against, you know, consistently making the jump and do it against the best teams, and not only just the 3A, but now the 4A and now the 5A. It's pretty special.
It has been very, very impressive. Jaden James didn't get the exchange. Ball's loose, and there is now a scrum for the football. Milo Salvovich looks like he's going to come away with the rock. And so on the missed exchange, Paradise Valley will now have a 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Trying to get off the deck here and break the shutout. 7:32 to go. For Phelps, he has scored in 22 consecutive high school football games. 22. That dates back a couple of years. That's impressive. He's had 17 games over the century mark. Milo Salvovich to the end zone, and the ball is incomplete. In fact, it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. And the 2s and 3s for Randy Reisdorf coming in, getting valuable playing time here, not skipping a beat from their system.
That's impressive. I got there's actually a lot of Thursday night football here, Kevin. So sticking to the 5A, Desert Mountain leading Cactus 21-6. That's another team that people are talking about being an open team if they went out. I watched them play Chaparral last week, 6A Chap. Desert Mountain came away with the win. It's a team that has 5 to 6 Power 5 football players. You know, and they are in this region, the Gauntlet region with Horizon, Higley, Cactus Shadows, and Haley Gilbert.
Pass over the middle is incomplete. Might have been thrown behind the receiver. Intended receiver Roman Tellez. And for Tellez, he got rocked by a couple of linebackers. Some good work there by the defensive group for ALA Gilbert North. Great staff with Ryan Dirt, Maurice Green. How about Maurice Green on this staff? We're talking Olympic speed. Olympic gold medalist Maurice Green. That is some big-time name dropping right there. This will be a field goal attempt, a 32-yard attempt, and it is no good. So the field goal attempt from Emily Valesca is no good. Emily Valesca. Well, that's a tough one.
Vaisika.
Okay, we'll go with Vaisika.
Vaisika.
All-region second teamer.
Girl power on the field tonight.
And, well, they better hope that that's the right name. We don't necessarily know that, but we'll take it. We'll assume that. I like the fact that our PA announcer here has a spotter because he's got all the names nailed.
Yes, he does. Sticking to the
Vaisika. I'll go with that.
Here's another one for you. Did not know these two teams are playing Sticking 5A. Pinnacle leading Horizon 20-0. That's one of those crossover games. That would, with these 5A to 6A crossover games, Pinnacle leading Horizon 20-0.
At one point, Dana Zupke had never lost to Horizon. I don't know if that's still intact or not.
Lost, I think, last year.
Last year was the first time it ever happened.
Last year, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. When Horizon won the 5A state title, they got Pinnacle.
That was the year. All right, so that was Roy Pouncil carrying the football.
The D end, Roy Pouncil. All these defensive players who start for the Eagles getting to carry the rock here in the second half.
Pretty impressive for the Eagles. Again, they went 9-0 on their home turf last season. And this postage stamp football field is placed just below the 60
Intruder alert into the backfield
off Higley Road. Excellent work there shooting the gap was Eden Demera. Give him a TFL. Best play of the night for Mr. Demera. 5'10", 240.
How about the senior? Shedding the block and making the tackle for loss on a pretty physical football player in Cody Thorley.
Breaking the huddle to the outside on the numbers, standing on the numbers is Tanner Hatch, the wide receiver. Trips to the short side of the field. Snap is back for Dye. He's going to run it. Dye will take it out across the 25-yard line. It'll be knocked down there. Roman Tellez making the tackle for the for the Paradise Valley Trojans. Started to say Brophy for just a second. I spoke with head coach Jason Jewell earlier in the day, and they had a big game here tonight at Central High School as they were getting ready to play today.
Yeah, that Thursdays are just exploding here in the state of Arizona, short of officiating, but also allows broadcasts like the Zone 48 network to broadcast some football.
Dye to the ground game, and
holy collision, Batman.
Running the ball was Thorley. Inside 3 to play.
Just drives forward and we have a major
Chaparral is at Brophy Prep. That was the game, and that game's being played at Central High School. What's going on in that game, Cody?
Let's find out. That's a heck of a football game.
It's 49-0 here. Going back to ALA for just a second. PV is going to make them a winner here, and that will make them 3-1. Then they go to Skyline, and you would think on paper that's a game that you can win. That'll make you 4-1. Then you get Higley, and that's a pick'em game at this point. Then Cactus Shadows, it's a winnable game. At Desert Mountain, another pick'em game for Pouncey, breaking a tackle, shedding tacklers, and rumbling down the field.
Hey, we got scores. So at the half, Brophy was leading Shap 24-6. And the last update we have in the fourth quarter, Brophy 31, Chaparral 12. So
yeah, you got Mardale Rowe and company. How about Donovan McNabb's son is the quarterback for the freshman program, or at least he's playing on the freshman team anyway.
Well, they got like 4 or 5 NFL dads with their kids in the class of 2026 that are sophomores right now.
It's impressive.
Dalen Sharper, 6'4", 200 pounds as a sophomore playing safety.
You gotta like that. Here comes Thorley once again, just falling forward. He's got the first down, and that could very well be the final play of the game, maybe the second to last play of the game. It was DeMera making the tackle on Pouncil on that last impressive run by the defensive end.
So here's the interesting thing here. Going back to the Eagles' schedule, so they get Higley week 6, and why that is huge. At Higley, which is no more than, 3 to 5 minutes from here. That is when Higley gets 6 transfers that are eligible come week 6, all projected starters.
Yeah. And we've been talking about that. And we believe now that we got to do something. There's Thorley again. He's going to go 40, 30, foot race, 20, 15, 10, 5. That'll be a touchdown for ALA Gilbert North. In the box, Cody Thorley. And that was an impressive run.
The Rock in the defense, in the middle of the defense, getting it done at running back, shows the explosion, the toughness, gets to the second level, eluding defenders. Look at that 1-2 cut getting north, and watch the speed. The 6', 200-pound middle linebacker playing tailback in the second half leaves the Trojans defense in the dust. Cody Thorley, big-time touchdown run for the Eagles.
Unofficially 60 yards for the dash for cash. And this will be the final play of the game with a point after try as we have hit triple zeros. And it'll be a timeout.
I believe that might be game, Kevin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has run out. The silent horn
Well,
means
they're going to stop the clock. Did they count the point after try?
No.
So our final score here in Gilbert, Arizona, on the campus of ALA Gilbert North. Randy Reisdorf's team improves to 3-1 in the year 2023 with an impressive 55-0 victory over the Paradise Valley Trojans. For Greg Davis's team, they fall to 0-4. But what we did take away from Paradise Valley tonight, they got a couple players out there that will give a lot of effort. They'll give max effort, and it's a real challenge to coach football for the Trojans. They don't have a lot of numbers. The elite of the elite players are going somewhere else, and he just continues to coach the kids in his neighborhood and turns in the best effort that they can. And tonight, their best effort wasn't going to be enough against this powerful football team who has championship aspirations once again.
Yeah, Fleming and Ontiveros, 2 really solid football players for Paradise Valley. So there's things to build off of. You know, you have players who give tremendous effort. And like you said, you mentioned, they play with what's in their backyard, and they don't have a lot of numbers, but, man, they try so hard. They're really well coached. The Eagles, extremely impressive. All facets of this football game,
yes.
Offense, defense, and special teams, and they did it with some youth. They have the star-studded receivers. They have some really, really talented secondary players, but up and down these starters, the starting list, they had young offensive linemen who stepped up, played tremendously well. They have freshmen, Isaac Massey, freshman sensation, who's playing like a seasoned vet, and the junior quarterback, Connor White,
he was
put
impressive.
on a show tonight on the Thursday Night Lights.
He really did. Connor White was very impressive, and of course you're playing this game without Boston Morris, so you're shorthanded in that regard. But with the freshman that you mentioned, Massey was special tonight as well. Brandon Phelps is an absolute dude. He'll be playing for the University of Arizona. Huge get for Jed Finch. I mean, that is a gargantuan playmaker they've got coming to Tucson. And then McCabe Beardall, he's just a playmaker. And then Titan Slade, another touchdown for him. He's got 8 of those on this season. The offense, they just kind of stayed in tune, and they were really good tonight.
Yeah, they really are. And it's just they have two-way stars everywhere. They're so well conditioned. They're so well coached. They don't get tired. They're just efficient. They are so efficient in what they do. It's a product of Coach Reisdorf's program, and everything that he preaches. Coach Slade's defense, it's full on display. The kids play so hard for them, and they're good. They are good football players. So when you go back to the schedule, Kevin, it is going to be some fun sledding in this region when you have Higley, Desert Mountain, Notre Dame Prep, and Horizon. That is going to be marquee matchups every single week with this region play.
You're going to have a heavyweight bout on the card each and every weekend until the season begins, the postseason. For our outstanding crew, for Joey Mascaro, Stos, our technical producer, Mr. Greg Jones, for my broadcast partner, Cody Cameron, and for Trey Clarkson, State Farm Insurance. It's been our privilege and our pleasure to bring tonight's game to you. I'm Kevin Derryberry. Until next time, so long for now.